Okay, good morning, folks. I hope you can hear me this time. If not, oh well, I'll have to do subtitles. Nonetheless, I want to get these dimensions out to you for this quail cage, okay? Now, this total dimension is approximately 2 feet high, okay? This here is 12 inches. This here is 8 inches. This width here is 30 inches. This floor is 36 and it protrudes out of a slot in the front, okay? And this is just rolled up, and I stuck a piece of this edging material on it and cut it clean. You can get all these things at your local agricultural store. Here's your automatic watering. We'll have another video about that later. Here's where I cut a hole in the top, and this is temporary cover just to keep them in there. By the way, we had our first eggs out of this bunch today, which the wife will be happy to hear about. Here's what you hook the wires together, the welded wire together. By the way, this is an inch and a half, or no, this is inch by half welded wire. This floor is half by half, which is what you want for their feet. Okay, that's a good point, because it keeps their feet clean and all the poop falls through without. You see this bigger wire, their feet would fall through, and it'd be hard for them to walk. All right, here's your clips that you can find online or at your agricultural store. And in order to install one of these clips to hold two of the sections together, it's very simple. You just take this, open it right up there, wedge one of these guys in there like that. All right, then you find your wire and you just put it together just like this, and it'll roll right around that wire. Okay, now you can use these clips here for hinges on top. Make a piece of this a little slightly larger than your hole, as you can see, for a second without the birds taken off. And then you can either put your hinges here or your hinges here and add a clip either here to to hold it closed. They have not a clip, it's a clasp, I guess you could say, a spring clasp, or you can go in here. To get an idea of, let's see, what else do I have to tell you about that's very important. I mentioned a 2% slope. I mentioned that this was 12 inches and that was 8 inches to give you that slope. In the future, I'm going to be reinforcing this with some wood. And I wanted to let you know something important. I do have this covered, this whole thing, with a tarp for the time being. But it's important that your birds don't get wet. So you take this cardboard for now, make it a little more rigid. Then you would cover it over. See, this will keep the rain from rolling off. If that rain pools up, it's going to create a lake inside of your food setup. Especially with that doorway. If it was solid, you could put the tarp material right over it. Nonetheless, this is temporary. Make sure you hold it down so the wind doesn't blow it. You don't put a bunch of things. And especially here in Florida, it rains a lot. Okay. Now, in about a week, I'm going to build an outdoor enclosure, and that will have polycarbonate corrugated roof over the top. Inexpensive material that you can keep the weather off your birds. Okay, and you want to get them up off the ground. Notice this is elevated here, up off the ground, and the poop just drops right through. And then in the future, see, once I install wood and make a wood frame inside of there, now I can cut a hole in here. Now I can shovel that out, either that, or I can take the whole cage apparatus and build it on a frame up off the ground, so I can get under there with my shovel, because that's great manure and great garden input. By the way, these guys love sand. I don't know if I mentioned that to you, but also it keeps the fungus gnats down and on the manure, and sand is great for growing. So when I went by the beach, I just grabbed 4 or 5 buckets of sand and they love to play in it. You know what I mean? So there you have it. There's your quail cage dimensions. If you have any questions, be sure to message me. I do my best to get back to you guys, or just put a comment below. All right. So talk to you guys until next time. Bye.